Challengers approaching!
It's back to school season.
And you might be needing that extra encouragement for a brand new school year.
Well, watch and learn as we revise the top 5 teachers in gaming.
As long as we know that they are a teacher, even if we don't see them doing their job, they'll still make the grade for this countdown.
Wait a second, that's the intro?
Well, we can't be wasting quality learning time.
There are some teachers you just remember for their name. I had a teacher with a German surname that sounded like Shrek, for example. This was around the same time Shrek 2 was coming out, so it must have been hell for her. Then, she changed her name, and we never knew why. But I had a hunch. She was Lord Farquaad. Alas, the teacher from Citizens of Earth has the glorious function of being able to name him anything you want. Whether it be Mr. F, Dean Pelton, Ricky is Bay.
I don't know!
I named mine Wintersea after a demotivated traitor teacher from Inazuma 11, but that doesn't represent his dedicated nature. He's not just memorable for his name. This teacher being part of an RPG has to meet recruitment criteria. His case, an oddly specific hard test about events early in the game. Now, you could be a model student to recruit him, go back, study hard, but this isn't top 5 students in gaming, otherwise this list would be full of anime schoolgirls. Or you could just look up the answers on Google, or Yahoo, or GameFAQs more specifically, or Bing. Yeah, I reckon this teacher uses Bing, just look at him. Bing!
Moving right along.
His questions are cross-curricular, which is handy as he appears to be the only teacher in this whole school. His list of qualifications must be longer than the characters you're allowed in his name. Then again, the school's only the students and party members that he can train up at an alarming rate 24/7. Now that's dedication, beat that basic school. It's like the Pokemon daycare but with less eggs, thankfully. This living EXP share can also pack a punch. His fighting quote, "Time to teach you a lesson," provokes a stellar routine of fighting physical education, with chalk dust to blind foes, responsible, boring opponents to death with droning on about ancient civilizations, educational, and whip foes with rulers. Not sure that's still legal. Okay, so maybe this guy who doesn't have much personality isn't the greatest teacher in the world, with his morals of killing any enemy from road cones to political eagles that look suspiciously like Donald Trump. But sometimes the best teachers are the ones that become friendly with you on a personal level, treat you like an adult, and don't give a crap if you look up the answers. They're on your side, and that's a teacher we can all know and love. Class dismissed.
It's time to open the good old honey and pay a visit to Aiko, a university professor who kinda hates her job a little bit. To keep herself sane, she gambles in her spare time. I bet that's not a convenient hobby. It feels kinda wrong if you're a student who's hitting on a teacher, so luckily in Honeypop you're not a student, and just a thirsty guy who wants to get laid ASAP. When you first meet Aiko, she seems very reluctant to her job as a teacher, kinda hesitating to give Tiffany her current progress on marking her papers. Thankfully during your conversations she's really chill, like she likes to have a good laugh, so I imagine her as one of those really loose teachers that always puts out a fresh roast to their students when they get a bit too cheeky. If you get to know Aiko better, you'd start to figure out that she's really kinky. Like, honestly, her libido is so fueled she'd probably dominate you like Germany against Poland. If you invited her to your house, she'd come. Then go to your house. Unfortunately, the game focuses less on her teaching career and more on her sending you photos of her fingering herself. She makes an appearance in ChAps Studio, but I haven't quite given that a try yet. For now, you've got Aiko in Honeypop, as a teacher who, outside the school grounds, is a bit of a mischievous woman. And that's fine, just maybe not for what her students might think of her.
In games such as Personas 3 and 4, where your main environment is a school, it's no surprise that you've got quite a number of teachers that you learn your various subjects from. But who is the true king of them all? That crown, my friends, goes to your royal capital A asshole, Kinshiro Muraoka. I think something all teachers try to do is leave a big impression on their students, which is why I don't think it's possible to get much bigger than putting the new student on your shit list within the first few minutes of being in class. But let's not forget that he teaches you about morals, like how everyone are sex-driven maniacs accusing Narukami of wanting to join a club just so that he can meet girls. Don't be like this deplorable student. Actually listen to the man who constantly refers to his students as garbage, even saying that their studies are fucking useless because nobody's gonna get a decent job in Inaba. This man here is leading his students on the path to success. But sometimes, as much as this buck-toothed son of a bitch should be slapped for being a massive dick, he will give good advice to his students, telling them to actually follow their dreams and even lead them on a good career path. Him Him actually caring and wanting his students to get careers that they enjoy instead of hating is what makes him great. His dickish persona is just a facade. Underneath that depression is someone who cares. Even when he gets replaced by another teacher, his students still miss him and prefer King Moron over Miss Sexy. This man has given us a true example to follow by. Create our future one step at a time, no matter how you do it. At least until he vomits extensively due to a heavy night of drinking. What a hero.
There are some things that school just doesn't teach you. Yes, I know that mass times radius equals speed squared, and Shakespeare had a funny way of insulting people.
You Banbury cheese!
But it also tends to skip important things. I dream of having a 3 to 4 bedroom house, but I don't even know how a mortgage works. And when we think about Usami from Danganronpa 2, she doesn't teach her pupils standard school topics, or really teach anything at all in the form of a class, but she's there to teach a very important lesson. The world out there is a much harder place to live in. Prices are going up, funding is going down, the Conservatives are still in power, and the UK has left the EU. In a world like this, it's very easy to lose hope. Usami is there to let it be known that hope should not be lost. With a positive mindset, you can gain success in this world. You can be happy. You can reach 1,000 subscribers. Please help me, guys. And Jeremy Corbyn might even be Prime Minister one day. Usami, or Monami as she would later become, doesn't just teach the top-level high schoolers of Japan, she protects them like 1,000 bodyguards never could. Try these ferocious tyrants for size. No, Monami just batters them off screen without a second thought, just to keep her very privileged top-level students safe. The students don't even like Usami that much. You know, she's a weird robo-rabbit thing who worryingly carries the fantasy equivalent of the cane everywhere. But at first I didn't see eye to eye with my product design teacher, and I passed that course with a D grade. It's clear to see throughout Danganronpa 2 that Usami's life lesson is passed on to the students, so her role as teacher is a very successful one. Why is she not number one? No one is ever the same after playing Magical Miracle Girl Monami mode.
Welcome back to class, you bunch of knuckle draggers!
Since when does Metalface work here?
I don't think he does.
You shouldn't be playing around, as class is now in session. And your teacher? Well, fortunately for you, pickle smoochers, you're going to have the lovely Chloe as your teacher. And calling her by her first name on day one? Awkward!
Dude, she's hot.
Put your boner away, masturbate fuckboy. She ain't just here 'cause she's hot stuff. That's why she's in my office after school. Why she's here, however, at the age of 16 is because she graduated her college at age 14. And you know what that means? She actually did well in school. I applaud her.
Chloe Genus herself, at our school. I can't believe it. I've done my research on her and I know that her knowledge is off the charts. Well, you could probably tell. She's sweet, she can never hurt anything except demons, but they don't have feelings, so she's adorable. I started a fan club on her and I didn't say it out loud, did I?
You did.
Can I join?
Enough!
Question: apart from her educational skills, why are you making a big song and dance about her? Is there anything special about Chloe?
Abso-fucking-lutely there is! You see this girl here? At our old school, you couldn't because of the swarms of people waiting in line.
For what? To ask her out?
I would. She's better than all the teachers on this list combined.
Oh, be quiet, they're just queuing up for advice. She's an approachable person who cares about her students. It's no wonder they want guidance.
Yeah, that would make sense. Reminds me of a story I heard a while back. I don't remember the details, but I heard a teacher got into lots of trouble because they protected their students quite proficiently. Is that her?
Apart from getting in the trouble part, because video games don't protect kids, Yes, that's her.
Now I think I get it. She's kind and easygoing mostly, but she's also strict when she needs to be.
A charmer in looks, fighting, and charisma.
Knowledgeable and proficient, able to help out any problem a student may have, school-related and not.
And clearly she has the perfect student-teacher relationship. She hasn't even taught us yet, and these guys are fawning at her feet.
And that's why she's number 1 on this list.
Stanley! Are you making countdowns in class again?
I didn't think that was a problem.
Detention right now! You absolute Starbuck love-making piece of a douche nugget!
Thank you.
And while I'm here, get in the back. What's yon?
Ricky.
What the hell, man?
Ricky! You are the chosen one. Miss Chloe needs star children, and you're the legendary one.
Ah, sweet man. Score.
What?
Well done, mate.
Religious rituals for the fate of the world. Here we go.
Wasn't this meant to be innocent? When did Chaps get like this? End the video. End it now! Welcome to the end slate of the countdown. We hoped you all learned something today. Mainly that this is the first countdown to have a legitimate Honeypop segment in it. Please do not maim us. Regardless, I shall now direct you to our various plugs. We have 4 of them today. Choice number 1 can be found at TaleOfTheToaster's channel, where he and Renkudia play through Learning Land 3 at the Fun Fair. Teaches us all to play nice or something. Also has a character named Biff who's a rhino and is dressed up like Lucas from Mother 3. Go watch! Plug 2 is available at MasterJakeStudios channel, where he reads an epic tale on Garfield and how Mondays have taken one step too much with him. I give it a 2 out of 10 though, not enough La Saga. Option C can be seen on my channel, where I count down the most absurd moments in the Ace Attorney series. 5 of them in particular, one of which involves a scary orange man. And finally, End Slate Click 4 is the previous countdown, available here at home in the Chaps living room. Top 10 Sanic Zones, a celebration for the Blue Blur as he has turned 25 and hopefully he gets better with age. Thank you for viewing us, and we hope you have a fantacular day!